Donald Trump defended his controversial tariff plan, despite the departure of his top economic advisor Gary Cohn.
Donald Trump stuck to his guns over his controversial trade policy on Wednesday, despite the departure of his economic advisor Gary Cohn the night before.
From Bush 1 to present, our country has lost more than 55,000 factories, 6 million manufacturing jobs and accumulated trade deficits of more than $12 trillion, the president tweeted.
Last year we had a trade deficit of almost $800 billion.
Bad policies and leadership.
Must win again. #MAGA.
Officials praised Cohn for his contribution but denied that his departure leaves the president's economic team in disarray.
Steven Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary who, like Cohn, worked at Goldman Sachs and is part of the diminished globalist wing of the administration, told Fox Business Network, "I've known Gary for a long time.
He has been a terrific partner in working here on tax reform and other things."
Donald Trump's top economic advisor Gary Cohn quits.
Read more. As you know, there was a lot of speculation after tax reform whether he'd stay or not, and Gary decided to move on.
But we have a terrific economic team here.
And we're going to consistently execute the president's strategy.
Mnuchin defended Trump's planned trade tariffs -25% on steel and 10% on aluminum, but raised the prospect of exceptions for certain countries.
The president is determined that we maintain the steel industry.
This is not new.
Other presidents have done similar types of things.
So let me just remind you, this is not the first time this has ever been done.
And we've done a careful analysis and looking at this.
And as I said, we have a mechanism to carve out countries.
We'll consider these things.
And we're moving forward with the ability to do this on steel and aluminum and move forward with our strategy.
Sarah Sanders, the White House press secretary, claimed Cohn had been considering resigning for quite some time and declined to be drawn on his successor.
Obviously I'm going to let the president make that announcement, but he's got a number of people that he can choose from, she told Fox News.
But in the meantime, Gary will still be here as a voice for the next several weeks, and we've got some great people from the economic community that help guide on this, whether it's Secretary Mnuchin, Secretary Ross, Kevin Hassett, a number of other people that will continue to be strong voices to help lead the president on making decisions about the economy.
An announcement on tariffs is still expected by the end of the week, Sanders told reporters.
It's a complicated process, and we want to make sure every I is dotted and all T's are crossed.
Democrats have been less critical of Trump's tariff proposal, faulting the execution but not the instinct.
The Democratic Senate leader Chuck Schumer told reporters on Wednesday that he agrees wholeheartedly with Trump's desire to go after China but faulted the White House for a plan that he said hurts trading partners who are not rapacious in their trading, such as Canada and countries in Western Europe.
Schumer urged Trump to follow through on his threat to go after China.
He said, "They ought to not let all of these academics who just say anytime you try to do anything on trade it's protectionist.
They ought to not let that deter them. But they ought to put together a real plan that works."
Cohn's departure represents another blow to the administration, which has suffered several high-profile resignations since the election. Hope Hicks, Trump's close aide and communications director, quit last week, and other senior figures to have left include Trump's former chief of staff, Reince Priebus, and his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon.